What's happening, family? So now we got 2 weeks. 2 weeks until the end of the year. 9 months we've been in the midst of a pandemic. We have lost lives. We have seen illness on a global scale like we've never seen before in our lifetime. So there has to have been a lesson. There are lessons. There will be lessons that we should be learning in the middle of this pandemic. 9 months and counting. What's the lesson? I asked you that last week and the week before. I'm going to ask you today, and I'm going to ask you for the next 2 weeks. What is the lesson that we're supposed to, lesson or lessons that we're supposed to be learning? So I'm going to throw some words out at you. I want you to write them down, and I want you to start thinking about what you've learned in these areas. Just think about it. Write it down. What has been the blessings in those areas? So the 8 words are gratitude, hope, health, peace, purpose, joy, strength, and love. 8 words. What have you learned in regards to each word? We have been through too much for too long of this year for us to end this year and go into 2021 without having learned something substantial that will help us not only change our own personal world, but the world of somebody else's. Let me say that again. I don't believe that we have gone through 9 months of mayhem and turmoil and uncertainty to be this close to the end of the year without us learning some lesson or lessons that will not only enlighten us, but someone else. So I want you to please think about those words. Write down everything that has benefited you in those areas. Oftentimes we miss our blessings because we're not looking for them. We're not counting them. We're not asking other people to look at their blessings or how we can help somebody else. And look at it in all 3 areas of your life: personally, professionally, and spiritually. There have been some lessons you have learned that you have been paying attention to. But please don't leave this year, the last 2 weeks of this year, without thinking about it. And talk to your friends about it too. You'll be amazed at how listening or having a conversation with somebody else about what they've learned through the trials and tribulations of life that will spark you to think about how much you've learned, how much you've been through, how much you've gained on the other side of it. So please think about it. Have some conversations about it. And again, I'm having a raffle if you have bought my book, and I want you to take a picture of it and send it to my email below, right below, and I will put your name and your photo in a hat, and I will have a raffle on New Year's Eve and bless you in some way. And again, I don't know what that looks like yet, but please do that for me. And in the meantime, I'll be back at you next week with some more words for you to think about. You're going to be so much more rich in everything. We have not gone through this for nothing. Don't ever believe we have. Too many people have lost their lives for us to come out on the other end of this thing the same way that we started. Their sacrifice has not been for nothing. And so, have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.